pristine waters of the Pacific Ocean had long carried Chinese ships to the Ryukyu Islands, south of Japan. Among the silks, coins and luxury items that were brought to the Japanese islands, there was an instrument called the Sanshian. It had 3 strings, a fretless neck and a small body covered in snakeskin. On the island of Okinawa, this instrument was adopted into the local music heritage. In Okinawa, it is called sanshin, while in Japan, it became better known as shamisen. There is far more to this instrument than meets the eye. How were they made? How did it become a mainstay in Japanese culture? Let's find out. This is Redbeard Luthery. The body is made up of 4 sides of 2 slightly different lengths. Both the inside and outside faces are carved in 2 directions. This was a time-consuming process, and you can see me using a variety of edge tools and rasps as I get a feel for the Queensland maple. I am using Australian materials where possible on this build, as I enjoy using local timber. Just like the instrument makers of old, I am using what is local and at hand. The Ryukyu archipelago stretches from Japan's southern island to Taiwan. They are now a part of Japan, but it was not always this way. The indigenous people are ethnically different from the Japanese, and there are 6 unique languages across the archipelago. The inhabitants of the islands had to battle with harsh environments. The land is rocky, has dense tropical jungle that are home to snakes, and also had to battle typhoons throughout the year. Due to these challenges, the Ryukyuan people stayed in the Stone Age until around the 9th century CE, after which agriculture began to develop on the island. Over the next few hundred years, many developments were made in the region. Fortresses and temples were built across the islands, and advancements in shipbuilding prompted long-distance maritime trade that stretched from Japan and Korea down to Indonesia. The Chinese were particularly interested in the island's sulfur, which was required to make gunpowder. In the time of the Ming dynasty in 14th century China, the emperor declared that all who wished to trade with his empire had to pay a yearly tribute. Many countries across Asia paid this tribute, including Okinawa. It was through this trade that Okinawa was exposed to cultures all across Asia. Chinese architecture was heavily adopted on the island, but many influences from Thailand and Cambodia can be found in carvings and sculptures throughout the island. The inside curves were much harder to carve than the outside because of the grain structure of the timber. After trying a gouge, I found that using a regular chisel across the grain made it easier to achieve the profile. I finished up the profile with a curved rasp. It wasn't the perfect tool for the job, but I managed to make it work. The inside of the body has a unique carved pattern called ayasugi. It is similar to a herringbone pattern, and it is thought that it brings a special acoustic property to the sound. I am unsure of its effect on the sound, but it is undeniably pleasing to the eye. It's a shame it's hidden. I meticulously measure out even sections on the side, and I begin the long process of marking out the lines across and down the timber. With a sharp chisel, I slice down to the line, and then turn the piece around and slice down to the other side. The Chinese sanxian and the Japanese shamisen visually are virtually identical, but the difference lies in the way that they are played. This is how we can hear the differences between the two cultures. The sanxian was traditionally played with the fingernails, giving a gentle sound. The shamisen is played with a large plectrum, resulting in a very strong and percussive tone. After cleaning the pattern up with sandpaper, I am really pleased with my efforts. It is like an optical illusion, and it makes the side look truly immersive. I carved the ayasugi on 2 sides, but found it too tiring to do all 4. I didn't want to leave the other 2 sides smooth, so taking some inspiration from my mum's woodworking, I gouged out small cavities across the side. My idea behind this is creating an uneven surface for the sound to deflect off. I believe this is the idea behind the ayasugi pattern. Time to glue the body. I managed to do this with some straps, rope and wedges. It was very fiddly, but worked out. This chapter has come to an end. Watch out for the next chapter, where we'll continue to uncover the story of the shamisen. This is Redbeard Lou 3.